Morning. Day 2. Here comes the long walk today, but I just thought I'd take you down the high street for a quick tour of places I was last night, for example. Caledon pub. Nice few beers in there last night. Better San Miguel than Spain. Nice and quiet this morning as well. I like it. So just gonna take the long walk today across the bridge, up the hill the other side of the estuary, hopefully to some lakes, and then back into Fairmore. That's my last night, so I've got to be up early in the morning and jump on a train back towards actually flying out of Birmingham Airport, so get my way back to Birmingham Airport. Lovely little old cottage there. And then we've got a place coming up called the Fanny Talbot. No giggling, no laughing. It's a really nice bar, restaurant, hotel. Okay, so this is the Fanny Talbot coming up. Lovely little bar, restaurant, hotel there. Just having a quick walk. I'm going to go for one at the coffee, a bit of liquid motivation at David Jones's locker again before I do the walk, because it is a really nice strong coffee. And here's another bar that I went to last night, the Tillman. Loads of lovely beers, lovely place, and that's a hotel as well. So with the Fanny Talbot and the Tillman, I'll leave some links in the description for you, because they're lovely hotels to stop at. But I'm just going to show you the last inn over there, and you can see that bit of road works going on at the moment. But the last inn there, that's kind of like on the south side road out of Barmouth, south side. Very popular and famous pub around here. Here we are, David Jones's locker again. Should we go and get a coffee?
Close to them, they were forcing.
Cock of the North. That's where we're going. Over yonder somewhere. Across the bridge. And that's what's powering it. Liquid motivation. Cheers. Right, here we are then, beginning of the walk. Barmouth Bridge. That's where we're going today. Across that bridge and up the hills over yonder. So I'll walk you down there. Okay, the trolls. There's trolls. Holy shit. Can't remember that. I'm going to show you a lovely property as well in a minute. It's called, there's a different name for it, but everybody calls it the Clock House. Wow, that is a lottery win. If I ever won the lottery, that's definitely on the list. What an amazing view. It's a bit far away, so I'm going to have to zoom in when I turn. But check this out. Imagine living in one of those. It's a dream. Alright, the Clock House. Look at that for a casa. Jutting out into the estuary. Wow. That is one pad. Absolutely amazing. You can see how long the bridge is. Goes on forever. And I'll try and get a wider shot of this estuary when I get to the middle of the bridge as well. Seriously man, look at this view. This could be the lakes in Italy, could be Scotland, could be Eastern Europe here, somewhere, Croatia, something like that. It's just absolutely stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Look how wide that estuary is. It goes all the way up as well around those bends where you can see there. A quick zoomage. Another amazing house there in the centre. God, how nice to live there. I'm hoping, I wonder if we're in luck and get a train coming across the bridge while we're on it, or near it. Anyway, let's mosey on. Hey guys, what was I just wishing for? I wonder if the train's going to come along. Guess what's coming along? Got to switch you around now so you can see it come in. This is going to make a rumble, I'm sure it is, as it goes past on this wooden bridge. Awesome. What were the chances of that? I don't run very often along here. I wish I was on here for that big one yesterday. That would have been a sight to see, that big thing coming across the bridge. Anyways, let's crack on. Alright, gonna have a bit of a divert here. Not sure whether it's the overall route I want to be going, but public footpath. I mean, if it leads to Mawddach Crescent, those lovely houses, then so be it. Lovely. Wide open. So we need to be going up there somewhere basically, but I'm just doing a bit of a detour. See what happens. Got all day. Wow, this bit's beautiful. Lovely little path. I think it's only about half a kilometre and we're in a little row of about 8 houses, terrace houses, absolutely beautiful. Nothing's ever going to be built in front of them, behind them, to the side of them. Absolutely beautiful. Let me show you this little path. The sun coming through over there. Looking good. As we continue on our path this way. Right, I've been looking around trying to find a little path up this, don't know what you call it. My technical word for it is a lump. It's not a hill, it's not a mountain. But it's a little thing's got a flag at the top of it by the looks of it, so. Now I went to try and go to Mawddach Crescent where the lovely houses are. There's 2 big concrete gate posts with private written on it, so I'm guessing that's not a good idea basically, so let's try and get to the top of this. Yeah, this is more like it. There's the railway path that we just come along. And the bridge we just come along. And I'm just trying to go up this little lumpy thing. Right, well, I give up. I think I've followed what I thought were human paths, and it looks like they were just sheep paths through some ferns. I must have been looking for some good pasture, and they all led to dead ends. And then I think I did find a human path, followed that, started going down, so I'm looking for the top. So guess what, I give up. So I'm going to head back down to ground level and carry on to the other side of the estuary and get up that hill to the lakes. But I did find something interesting for Liam, and from Good Bloke Outdoors and Going Solo. Nice pitch for you, check this out. Nice little opening. Looks like somebody's already been here already. I'm guessing it's neither of you two, because I know you guys leave no trace. But lovely little opening that is. Bloody lovely. I'll give you a 360 from when I get to the edge of it. Look at that. Nice little wall at the back there, protect you from the wind. I've watched most of your videos, guys. I don't think either of you have camped there before. It's a lovely pitch. Back on terra firma. Lovely. So my advice for that there, basically don't bother with that lump just outside between Barmouth and Fairbourne. I've just come to the conclusion on the way down that it's just a labyrinth. My theory is the sheep, when they get bored of eating, make false paths to confuse us humans. That's what I'm getting. Pass the time between grazing. They just think, yeah, let's confuse the humans. Let's make loads of paths and everyone will get lost. Anyways, let's get back on this mission numero uno. Burnt a few calories looking for nothing, then looking for the top of that lump. Up there somewhere. God knows how you get to the top of that, but looks like I'll never find out. Oh, wish I'd have caught them at the fence then. Hello. Hello. What are you doing? You alright there, kid? Have a little scratch. See you later, boys, girls, whatever you are. Right, so just been told by a nice local that actually the route had planned was about 3/4 of a mile on a road. I know the road is very windy and you get people driving along there quite fast, so didn't particularly look forward to that part of the journey. So I just sat on the bench, had a swig of water, had a chat with the local, and he's given me advice on a better way to go, where I just have to cross the road rather than walk along it. So let's do that. Absolutely beautiful along here, if you can see the trail behind me. Oh, got my friends a message saying, how am I getting on? Is it nice and cool? It's 34 to 36 degrees over there in Spain. I've got that to go back to, obviously. But by then I probably won't mind, but this is nice. Cool bit of the trail, covered by trees. Perfect temperature for a nice long walk. And all you can hear is the birds. And the keys in my pocket. I do apologise about that. So I'll be definitely remembering this moment when I get back to Spain and do July and August in the ridiculous heat. When you walk out your front door, it's like someone's opened Greg's oven doors in your face. That's how hot it gets. But hey, I'm lucky to live there, so I'm not complaining too much. Not sure you can see as far ahead as I can, but this path is dead straight and goes on forever. It's like a big tunnel. Well, I can hear a big military aircraft as well. I don't know if you can hear that. But I can't see it. Doesn't sound like a jet, sounds like a C-150 or something. Damn, if I was up the hill. If I was up the hill, I might have seen that. I thought I could see the end of the path. Quite obviously it's not the end of the path.
2,000 years later.
Finally reached the end of that path. Nice gate. So this is the Mawddach Trail, which looks amazing in itself. I've got to be honest with you. I'll have to do that one another time. I think that goes all the way along the side of the estuary, which looks fantastic. God, I could get in that water right now. This looks like an old railway by the looks of it. However, I need to be going up there somewhere. Not sure exactly where up there, but I've got a feeling it's going to be a steep one, so let's see what happens. Nice day for it. And some lovely houses over there as well. Like, some lovely houses everywhere. You probably can't see them. Especially when the camera's pointing at me, but I think even if I turn the camera around you won't be able to see them, just tucked away in the woods. Almost like little castles and churches. Absolutely beautiful. Little row of cottages over there. I think that's at the side of the road, but it's still beautiful. Some tucked away in the woods up there. Going over this, or through this gate. Look at that, beautiful setting. I think the guy that gave me directions said there's somewhere called Arthog Waterfalls if I go this way and then come down a different way. He said I don't want to miss the waterfall, so that sounds pretty special. Look at this, beautiful. Again, it's a lot cooler than Spain here. It's a great, nice cool day for walking, but I still wouldn't mind getting in that. Sunglasses time soon. And those lovely cottages again. Not sure if you can hear me with the wind, but lovely little river there. And this is the church I need to, well, that's a landmark the guy gave me. So, crossing somewhere around here. And I think it might be up that road over there. We'll see. Right, so I've just come up the road here, which is a right dodgy road to walk on because it's only a small little A or B road and cars come flying around here, but luckily it's only, what, 50 yards, and I found the entrance. Let's go. Holy shit, excuse my French. It's going to be a proper lung buster, this one. Right, I'll take you up the first bit, but I've got a feeling I'm not going to be able to talk or breathe quite soon. I knew it was going to be a steep one up to these lakes. really gonna have to take my time. Whew. Wow. Had to take a little break there. Tuck my lungs back in. Whew, that was steep. Well, this guy's told me I don't want to miss the Arthog Falls, and I can hear them, but they're over there somewhere, they're like below me, so maybe I didn't take the same path that he was on about. I've taken a different path because I can hear them, but can't see them. Lovely walk though, once you tuck your lungs back in. Oh, maybe these are the falls. Oh, a bit of a drop down there. Yeah, let's see if we can get a good picture of that for you without falling off the edge. See that? Hopefully you can see that. There we go in here then. Oh, more waterfalls. This must have been what they're on about. Lovely. And ridges everywhere. Wow. Right, see that swirly bit there? You could sit in there, you wouldn't get washed away because it's like just swirling around. That would be awesome. But get a quick picture of that. Portrait style. And off we go. I missed it by the looks of it. Oh, I'll tell you what. Come on, that's a perfect place for a bench. I could really do with a sit down. That is absolutely perfect place for a bench. Please, somebody put a bench there one day. I'll tell you what. Whoever it was that invented zigging and zagging, they want a medal. There's no way I'd have made it up here without these zigzag roads. No way. It's super steep, and that's with the zigs and the zags. Anyway, let's crack on. I have no idea how far we've got to go, but I can't wait for the way down. That's going to be a walk in the park, literally. It's a steep one. Wish I'd have brought my trunk so I'd have dived in the lake by the time I get there. Zigzagged all the way up the hill. Took a wrong turn. Way before the zigzags. Basically these are private drives, dead ends, properties at the end with dogs and everything. So I just walked up all those steep zigzags for nada. Burnt off all those calories for nada. Well, now I've got to go back down them all and then take the correct turn at the bottom. Not the very bottom, but halfway down. I definitely think I've burnt off that bacon sarnie from this morning. So now I'm going to be looking forward to like fish and chips again, because I think I've burnt everything I've eaten today. I've gone already. I've burnt it all off. Right, I'm going to show you something in a minute. If you remember this place, this is where I went wrong. Who would ever guess this? Okay, let me show you. So, that gate from earlier, that I closed. Bear in mind we're going uphill, yeah? we're going up to the lakes. So, going up to the lakes, which way would you think you'd go there? Yeah, this way, yeah? Private drive, dead end after about half a mile to a mile. Absolute killer, and you have to come all the way back down. No signs, no nothing. So if you ever do this route, it's this path. You go down to go up. What goes down must go up. That was a knackering mistake, but I don't blame myself, to be honest, because you're going up, you take the high path, haven't you? But no, it's the wrong one. Jesus, that's all I could say. Jesus. 20 metres from taking the low path, which is the right direction, but 20 metres past the junction where you can make a mistake. Look what I found. You ever thought of putting that near the junction instead of after the junction, hidden? So just put that 20 yards before. To save my legs. Anyway, back on the up. Still going. Oh. I'll tell you what, there must be like sharks and crocodiles and mermaids at this lake. I tell you, after this, I want to see some serious action. Oh. I'm going to drink the whole lake, I reckon. There's going to be no lakes after I get there. So, all the way up here, I've been thinking I could really do with a sit down, get my breath, tuck my lungs back in. Been thinking, oh, it'd be a nice place for a bench, no bench. Maybe just a little rock that's shaped like a bench, or the height of a bench would be nice, that you could just park up for a minute, again, tuck your lungs back in, get your breath. No, just a rock with some moss on it that I could sit on. Nothing, all the way up. Nowhere to sit and just get your breath, but look what they did provide. Perfect, just what I needed. Gripping, yeah, that's just right what I need right now. Although, to be honest, the way I feel, I could just get in that grip in, curl up in the ball, start crying, forget all this happened. Still going up. Hopefully we'll see some lakes soon today. I'm not sure we can make it out from there, but it's starting to come out through the trees. You can see Fairborn, Barmouth. I'll just try and zoom in on Barmouth Bridge. And right in the middle there. That's how far away we are. And that was what I went round yesterday, the panoramic walk on Barmouth. Why on earth would anyone build a wall there? Anyone knows, let me know in the comments, will you? Because, like, it's pretty useless land, both sides of that wall. Why would you partition that? Like, get off my land, that's my bit of rock that I can't use for anything, so I'm going to build a wall down it so you can't use it either. That's crazy. And who built that? Look at that, all the way to the top. That is crazy. That is absolutely nuts. Look at that. Jesus, anyway. Let's get back to the... We're almost at the lakes, I think. Not long now. I can have a break and a drink and a rest. getting the views now. Hope you can hear me with that wind. That's Barmouth. I've walked all the way from over there, up here. My watch is telling me 16,000 steps. No way, that's a lot more than that. Long walk back as well, eh? Right, let's find these lakes. Little island in the middle as well, by the looks of it. God, how tempted am I to go in there? Right, where's the mermaids and sharks and shit? I need to see some action after all that work. Stunning view though, I have to say. Seriously man, I would love to dive in that right now. Unfortunately I can't. So hopefully you can hear me alright. Yeah, check this out. A bench, or something that looks like a bench. Log that is a bench that someone's made into a bench. I'm having that. Oh, beautiful. Can't help but zoom into that mountain. I don't know how much detail you can see there, but it looks like it's been carved out. Crazy. You wouldn't want to slip from the top of there. You don't stop until you hit the lake, I don't think. Anyway, alright. Break time. Beautiful. You're going up that as well, but you've got a right good view from up there. Right. Hope you can hear me with this wind. I've made an executive decision. I'll go back the way I came. There's a view you never get tired of. So, yesterday I went up here around that rock there, which is Barmouth. So, probably easier to show you without a zoom on. One moment. Yeah, so yesterday I walked along here, up here, around that rock, and down the other side to Barmouth. That killed my legs. Today I've walked across here, along the side of the estuary there, up the hill, all the way up to here. Look at that view. Much as my legs are like concrete, they're well worth it. And now, well, I'm heading down. Yippee. On my way down. The battle is over. Might have to have a bit of a route change because the chippy in Barmouth doesn't open, in Fairbourne doesn't open until 4 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock now. Oh, how nice is coming down. Oh. This is a breeze on the way down, although my legs are hurting after that ascent, but this is nice. Here's some motorbikes or something coming. Keep the camera rolling for them. Yep, I'm just going to get out of the way, film them coming past. Sweet. That's the way to go up and down hills. the way to get around here. So back on the steep path down the hill again. Didn't even notice, but to the right there is super steep drop. Basically you don't want to be falling off there. Putting the camera away, they get down this hill, get to the bottom, what I call terra firma. I know it's all terra firma, but to me, the ground, the road, the field, the bottom, that's terra firma. Terra firma, yes. Thank God for that. Back on the road again. I literally can't believe how short a time that took to come down compared to going up. I know it sounds dumb because of gravity stuff, but that seems to take 5 minutes getting down. Take forever going up. Plus my detour, obviously, but wow. Not going to record too much on the way down because you've seen it all. And I've come back down the same way, but we've just got a bit of this field to cross, then the everlasting path, and then we're in. Then I've got to make a decision: head to Fairbourne or head back to Barmouth. Guess where we are? Back on the never-ending path. You can see the path, and it just never ends. Walking and walking and walking, you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. This is like a mental battle. I know how long it goes on for. I'm not sure I can make it. Still going. Still can't see the end.
One eternity later.
The end of the path. Finally, the end of the everlasting path. Okay, what anyone says, that is the most refreshing drink after a long walk. Beats any beer, any juice, any water, any anything. Cheers everyone. Oh, man, that's good. I just got to work out fish and chips. Well, sorry, Fairbourne chippy, I just couldn't make it. My legs are gone. It's not the right time. I couldn't get there and back in time with the trains and the ferries. So I went to have another mermaid and it was full. Huge queue. All the seats were full. So I had to go and find another chippy, which had plenty of seating and there wasn't a queue. And guess what? I'll let you do the maths on that. Basic all obviously.
One fish and chips. Enjoy your meal.
But that was no mermaid chippy. Mermaid chippy is the best. So, oh well, filled a hole, fish and chips. Shame I didn't get a Fairbourne chippy. Lovely sunset. Beautiful end to the weekend. Well, not even weekend, week. And one of those rooms is my bedroom and I'm knackered. Catch you later. Alright everyone, right, that's the end of the little adventure. Just sat having a coffee waiting for my train outside the station. So I'll probably get some footage from the leg from here to Shrewsbury because it's nice and scenic, but after that I'll probably bring you back at Birmingham Airport. So give you a wrap up at the end of Birmingham Airport, or in fact Malaga Airport when I get back there. But until then, I'll catch you in a bit, hopefully get some nice footage of the Welsh countryside. Ciao. Right guys, made it to Birmingham Airport. Quite a few quick changes there, so didn't quite get much footage running between trains and to the airport. I'm through security, so I'm airside now. So here's a bit of plane footage while I'm here. Eh? I think we've got a TUI flight just about to take off. It's just taxiing, lining up to get on the runway. So I passed the Greggs. I had a sandwich on the train. It's quite a big sandwich, bigger than I thought. I never pass a Greggs in an airport. It's something I've got to have when I'm in an airport. But I literally had no hunger when I got to Birmingham Airport, so I'll regret that when I get to Spain. But anyway, let's watch this plane take off. Enjoy your holidays. And this big boy's going to take a while to get off the ground. Enjoy your holidays. Right, that's enough plane porn for the moment. that's the end of the trip. Had a great time, lovely walk, lovely fresh air, lovely fish and chips, the bregs, some breakfast sandwiches, and obviously I've been doing some thinking about where I'm going to go next, so do check out again. Let's have a look, see where I go. I'm going to try and do places of interest, obscure stopovers, you know, trains, planes, ferries like Steve Marsh. Love all that. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and catch up next time. Ciao.
¿Dónde está mi corazón?